Hello.
Hello.
And welcome to part two of the craft along the pyjama party with Linda Williams, Grace, and myself. Can you hear us okay? Are you there?
Oh, I'm sure they are.
I don't know. It's awful when nobody answers back.
Give it a minute.
Paul, can you hear us all right? Let's just make sure that everybody's here. Come on, Paul. Let me know.
It says, yeah, it's starting to climb.
I'm waiting to see if anybody's there. Right, and then we'll get going again. Look, while
Brownie
we're coming
points. Yes.
She'll be wearing silk pajamas when she comes. These are my mother's. She'll be wearing silk pajamas when she comes. Yeah. Oh, weird. What do you mean weird? A little bit sexy, I'd say. A bit, plenty of room to move.
Dave would like those.
Dave hasn't seen these.
Hi, Dave.
Come on in. Have you got your
Here they
pajamas
come.
on? Have you got your pajamas on? Come on, if I can wear this on Facebook Live, I want to know what you're wearing too, or maybe not.
What are you wearing?
So we're gonna carry on now. First of all, can we have a big round of applause for Linda Williams? Yay! Oh, sorry.
Right.
Linda, you're brilliant. So we're going to have another. We're gonna have another run at this now.
Okay.
And about another half hour, we reckon, didn't we, Linda?
Yeah, there's not a lot left now. Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Right. Okay, I switch my camera over now then.
Okay. And we'll get back in the corner.
All right, you get back in the corner. Okay. Right, let's do a little bit more embossing on here now, and then we're going to colour. And then once we colour, we're going to be ready to put it all together. Okay?
Yep.
So I'm on my black mat now, just for you to be able to see. So you're going to finish doing these little dots. I mean, you don't have to finish them now. You can finish them, tomorrow or something if you find you can't keep it. So on the back. Okay, make sure you're on the back. And we're going to do a little bit more embossing on the lily of the valley and the rose. So let's do the rose first, because it's had a little bit of time now to rest, okay? So we're going to do those turnovers again.
What tool are you using, Linda? Number 6 or number?
I've got a 4.5mm ball tool now to get these turnovers on the white side.
But don't press too hard, right?
No, don't press too hard. I'll show you a few little finishing tricks now to avoid you having to over emboss your parchment. Just gently. There we are.
And we're just doing the flappy bits.
Just doing the flappy bits now first. And then we'll add a little bit to the other bits. If you think you've got enough embossing on the other bits, if I bring in the card for you to see if you've been quite generous with your embossing to begin with, and you've got some nice white bits, I would say just leave it alone and don't do any more. Your lily of the valley will probably need a little bit more of the embossing, and I need a little bit more embossing on my leaves. Okay, and I'm going to do a little bit more on my petals. I need a little bit in there and a little bit more on these petals there.
Do you find, Linda, can I ask?
Yeah.
Like, you probably don't have this, but when I went in with the Groovi, in the groove, I did go a little bit heavier than you. So I had a little bit of sort of a line, if you like.
Yeah.
And so now I'm finding that the line is starting to disappear as I'm doing the white work. Is it a little bit premature?
No. Well, no. The purpose of doing your embossing is to lose your line anyway. So if your line was a bit heavy, if your line was a bit heavy and you're starting to lose it already, maybe yes. But I mean, if you've gone in really heavy, you're not going to lose that line anyway. Unless you've done it really, really lightly with the number 2 tool, it's very difficult to lose it. So remember this little one that we did on the
Yes,
front?
from the front.
I'm going to do a little bit on the front with that. Now I'm going to use the 6mm ball tool for that because I want it to be nice and smooth. You use your piece of cello bag. I'm not
I
using
use
it.
what, love?
Your cello bag, you know, your piece of cellophane paper.
Yeah.
Use that over the front of it. I'm not using it because I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. Because the light catches it and you can't see what I'm doing. Okay.
And we use the cello bag so that it doesn't go shiny.
Yeah, that's right. So I'm going to put a little bit more on my leaves. So I'm using my 4mm ball tool now. Still.
Amazing.
Is it coming on now? Yeah.
Beautiful.
There we are.
I feel like an expert. Especially sitting here in my pyjamas, I find that just taps it off really, don't you, Grace? I think the trick to this game is to not get impatient, isn't it?
Definitely. I think if you just leave it alone, if you think, oh, I don't like the way it's going, just leave it alone and go back to it tomorrow. And sometimes things can look a little bit different the next day. You have look at it with fresh eyes, and
Yeah.
it might not be quite as bad as you thought it was the day before. You know.
I
So
find that with all artwork, don't you?
Definitely, yeah. Sometimes you can do a bit of artwork and you think, oh gosh, I really hate that. And then you put it away, don't you? You hide it away and then you bring it out a couple of weeks later and you think, oh, I didn't think it was that good.
And if you don't get that feeling, just put it away and then do it again.
Yeah.
Wait another fortnight.
Yeah.
Eventually your eyesight will deteriorate, and what we say is just keep walking away from it until you like it.
There we are. So those lily of the valley are coming up nice and white now. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you feel that if you have a look at them on the front and you feel that the shape is not quite right, or go back and round it off a little bit. And you know, at the bottom of the lily of the valley, you've got some little points, 3 little points of new. You can put those in with a smaller tool, and you can refine it a little bit. But if you're going to use a smaller tool, make sure that you've got something firm underneath. So if I turn that over now, and if we have a look at that one lily of the valley there, and I'm going to take a 1.5mm ball tool,
Or a number 2 Groovi tool.
Or a number 2 Groovi tool. And I'm going to put my piece of cellophane underneath. And I'm just going to define the edges of that lily of the valley.
What's that? Defining the edges.
Yeah.
Defining those 3 little points on the edge. There we are. Now, if I bring that a bit closer, so you can see. Can you see?
Yeah.
Those are just the finishing touches. When you do embossing, the finishing touches are really, really important.
Yeah.
If I can show you, you see that little bit there where it turns around, where you've got the fold over, and the little bit there on the end. I'll show you how to improve that a little bit. So let's take a 1mm ball tool. So that sort of hooks around, doesn't it? So
that's the number 1 Groovi tool, is it?
Yeah. So I'm just hooking it around there, and I'm just putting a sharp point on that there.
Oh yeah! Look at that pop.
That made it
Can you see? It just makes it pop, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So let's do that one there now. Okay. Excellent.
Cool, doesn't that make a difference?
Oh, absolutely. These finishing touches make a big difference. I hadn't quite filled that in. So with that one, I'm just going to bring it round there a little bit. Can you see it? Yeah?
Yeah.
And I'm going to bring that round. Not too far, just a little bit. Tiny bit. So you can see now there and there. And that just connects it to those little bits there. And I mean, you can do this on, say, the tips of your buds. Just give them a nice white tip. And there.
Cool. Doesn't that make a difference, Linda?
Oh, big difference, big difference. Finishing touches are always important. On the edge of the buds. And there.
On the edge of your buds as well.
Yeah, and on the tips of your leaves. Just to
When you say the edge of the buds, which bits do you actually mean, Lynn? Sorry.
Little sepals there on the edge of your. If I
The little bits at the top, yeah, got you.
Show you on the plate. Those bits there.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
just a tip.
I didn't want you to put all these bits in. You see? So
yeah.
Misleading when you're trying to do your
understand.
Yeah, and you know you've got those little bits there, those tiny little leaves there. You can add those in as well. I can actually see them there. So I'm going to emboss them in a little bit. And I'm going to add
what difference that makes, eh?
Big difference, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we are. Just the finishing touches. Okay? I think I've done quite a bit embossing on there now. So what we're going to do now, when we've done all those little finishing touches, we're going to rub out some of the colour, ready to colour the leaves. Okay, so we're going to need use your rubber, your white rubber. The easiest one to use. The pink one takes a lot longer. So, right. Do you want me to
white
wait?
rubber.
Do you want me to wait?
Yeah, we're all over it. Hard side though, hard side of the mat, yeah?
Hard side of the mat, still on the back. So we're going to take the colour out of the coloured parchment. And it is going to make a big difference to your embossing. So if I just show you, see this one here, that one there?
Yes.
Just look at that now. And I'm just going to take the colour out of it.
On the back, yeah.
On the back. So even this rubber will enhance your embossing if you're in a rush.
White end, great.
Right, so if you look at that one now, look how white that is.
Wow, okay.
Okay, it lifts it.
Does the rubber need to be sharp, Linda, or not so?
Well, yeah, not too sharp, but not too blunt either. So you've got to get in those little curves.
So are we going in on the bits where the white work is? Is that where you're taking the colour out?
Where the white work is.
Nowhere else?
Yeah, not at the moment.
Cool, look at the difference.
Big difference.
Doesn't it?
Yeah. And I'm not taking the colour out of the rest of the rose because the rose is going to be pink. But I am going to take a bit more out of the shadow embossing just to show you how you can use this to enhance your shadow embossing as well. But we're doing the turnovers first. We're going to do all the turnovers.
Turnovers, that's a better word than flap.
Yeah. Apple turnovers.
There, that looks good, Grace.
So you know where you embossed with your embossing tool. So we're just going to do exactly the same now with your rubber. Remember we did the rocking back and forth? I'm only going to do half now to show you the difference. You can see I've done that half.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Look at that.
So if you haven't got time to do your embossing, use your rubber as well. But it only works on coloured parchment. It wouldn't work if you did it on ordinary parchment. It's not going to make a bit of difference.
So anywhere where we've done a bit of white work, we ought to be taking out the...
Yeah, take out the
What
colour.
about and on the leaves, obviously the whole leaf really, because it's not pink, is it?
No, on the leaves and the sepals, you're taking out all the colour everywhere.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
And you can take the colour out on the stems as well. So on the turnovers, you're taking out all the colour.
Cool,
And
that
on
makes
the
a
rest
difference.
of the rows, you're doing just the embossed areas.
Look at that. Yeah, much
Does
better.
that make a difference?
It makes a massive difference, Linda.
You could actually leave that as it is without colouring, couldn't you? It would be lovely.
Love it. So
Lovely.
especially if you're using the rainbow parchment that's really dark, or you're using like dark parchment.
Yeah, definitely. And say now you wanted, so if you look at that leaf, say I only wanted to do half of it, and say if it was green and you only wanted to do half it, so you wanted to leave that because it was in shadow and just do that bit because I think it's in the light. So really you're using the rubber as your shader along with your, can you see the difference now? So you've got half of it's very white and half of it's not so white.
Yep.
So wherever you think but I mean, you're going to rub all the colour out on the leaves anyway, so it doesn't apply for this particular purpose. So I'm going to rub all the colour out there because I want my leaves to be green.
Yep.
They're brilliant, these rubbers.
They are.
Yeah.
They're our biggest selling product, Linda.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah. That looks smashing.
Yeah, it doesn't it? I mean,
The lily of the valley, we're taking it out of the lily of the valley too, are we?
Yeah, you want those to be nice and white, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah. And it makes so much sense to do it in this order, like do the white work, the embossing first, because it's so easy to find the bit you want to rub out then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. You wouldn't be able to see it otherwise, would you?
No, no. Can I ask a daft question? Let me just show you what I've done, and then you'll see. Right. My only issue is, look, I'm not sure what I've done wrong with this bit. Let me just come in on the, hold on. Let me go to that camera and then go to this one. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. This way up.
No,
right. So So I'm getting there. But what I'm not sure about is, hang on, what was I supposed to do in that bit there?
There should be a little bit of embossing there. See, there it is, look.
All right, from the tip down.
Just a little bit of embossing out there. Yeah.
And then the other bit that I missed that bit there.
Yeah.
And then I didn't know what to do in the centerpiece, to be honest, Linda.
Yeah. I just a little bit of embossing on the tips. Yeah?
Okay.
You see it there?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Caramba!
That was close. She almost knocked a drink off the table.
Right.
So you need your rubber quite sharp, don't you, for the stems? There we are.
Nice. I can't tell you how much everybody at home is enjoying this, Linda.
Oh, that's good.
I've had texts and on Messenger, people saying they love it. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good. Good.
Much, much, much appreciated.
And it doesn't matter if you rub out a little bit of, when the lily of the valley are quite small, and it doesn't matter if you rub out a little bit around the surrounding areas. Nobody's going to notice. But they will be much whiter now as well. And we're going to bring in a white pencil afterwards as well. So we're doing all the cheats today.
Cool.
I like a bit of a cheat. Fill up the parchment, please, onto me.
You are the parchment, please.
There we are. How are we doing with the rubbing out? Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Good, good.
It's less stressful this bit, isn't it?
It
We're
is.
doing the.
Yeah, definitely
What?
less stressful.
Nothing, I'm just looking at yours. Have I missed anything?
No, it's lovely. Cool, your leaves are good. They're good. Look at your leaves, Grace.
Doesn't it make a difference now? It's so much nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. That
I
makes
don't-
such a difference.
Yeah. I mean, once you've done that, you can go back in and emboss it. I don't think it needs any more embossing now. I think it just needs a little bit of colour. Yeah?
Shall we try it?
We'll try the colouring. So what I used was pergoliners. Okay? Now,
Yeah.
there wasn't a pink in the bees, so I'm using an A pencil, and I liked the green A as well. So I've got A9 and A16, and I'm using them dry, so it doesn't matter which ones you use. They will sort of blend together. And I've got B11, which is a red. So A9, A16, and B11.
Nice.
And take your white pencil out at the same time.
I don't have those ones.
You need. Oh, I've got another box here, Gracie.
Say the numbers again, please, Linda.
Let's have a look.
red.
A9, A16, B11, and your white, which is B1.
I got B1.
And I've got there's A16.
Mhm.
There's A11.
Perfect.
And then the red one you
I
want.
got the red one and I got the white one. We're all set.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
Where's my white one gone? There it is. Wonderful. I couldn't think of a better way to spend a Friday night than with my best friend, my daughter, and a load of buddies.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And well, there's nothing on the telly worth watching. And
No,
the news I
not.
refuse to watch. I refuse, Nick.
We're not going clubbing, are we?
No, we're not going clubbing.
No,
We're not going out.
No.
not out, no. This is about as out as I go lately.
Same here.
Right, okay, so we're going to colour, okay? Now then, on
Yep.
the back.
Hard mat, hard mat, hard mat.
Hard mat. So, pink pencil, A9. So what you're going to do now is a very sharp pencil, make sure they're nice and sharp, and you're going to flick in the dark areas into your white bits. So, and make sure that they're nice and close. The lines are nice and close. And you can do some long strokes, some short strokes. They don't all have to be the same length. So the coloured work is going to be flicked into the white work. So when you're doing this bit and the turn over there, you're going to turn your parchment around and you're going to flick into the right. This is
And I
the
tell you what, when you're checking, Linda,
yeah,
if you hold it over the paper,
paper, yeah,
you know, then you really see it come to life.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, nice.
So can you see what I'm doing better on the black? So I'll
right round the edge.
Yeah, better on the black for me, I think.
Yeah.
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 There we are. And just And I mean, it's quite forgiving, isn't it, when you colour on the back? So I'm flicking.
Absolutely.
So if your white starts at the tip of your petal, you're putting the pink in at the base of your petal, or the base of the bit that you can see. I'm flicking up into the embossing. And if your pencil is looking a bit grainy, if you look at the front and you think it's a bit grainy, you can actually use your rubber to blend it a little bit. But
The pink one or the white one?
The white one, actually, or the pink one, but don't take it off. Just
spread it out a bit.
Use it to flick it up a bit and spread it out. If you rub it too hard, it's going to take it all off, isn't it? So, but I mean,
it's a nice way, yeah, I see. It disperses it, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yes, it just acts as a blender pencil, then, doesn't it?
Nice.
So I keep turning my parchment so that I can actually flick into the white parts. And the good thing about this is you don't have to be too precise, do you? Because you've got the colour and the embossing, and it's all on the back, so it's very, very forgiving. And don't forget to do, just because you emboss this petal on the front, you're still colouring it from the back.
Yeah.
Okay. There we are.
What about the buds? Are they green?
Well, this bit of the bud there is pink. But that bud hasn't opened, does it? It's just the set bud, as you can see. So I think that's probably green.
So the good news is
Yeah.
that the white rubber takes out the pink if you put it in the wrong place. Just saying.
So do your leaves as well in exactly the same way, and your buds
in green.
In green.
This is quite a dark green, isn't it?
It is, and I wanted a dark green because it's quite light on the front, isn't it? So
yeah,
right. And then when you're
lovely,
yeah, and when you're doing your leaves, it's from because you've embossed from the outside edge in. Your pencil work is going to go from the center vein
out.
Yeah, and don't forget now, some long strokes, some short strokes, and where you've got a gap, you need to go a little bit further with your pencil. And you can do your stems as well. The stems aren't that important.
Green already.
Just
green.
Yeah.
Doesn't that look lovely? Oh.
Coming on, good.
No, I'm happy with this.
Good.
It's the sequence as well, Linda. It's knowing which. That was why I'm so glad we're doing this, because it's like knowing what comes first, really.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
once you know the sequence, it makes things so much easier to do the white work and then the colouring. If you did the colouring, you'd have a lot more trouble trying to locate the white work, wouldn't you?
Yeah, yeah. It's totally different working on coloured parchment than when you're working with the ordinary parchment. You've got to think differently.
Yes.
And you know it helps as well when you're doing your coloured work and you're embossing that you've got a good pair of glasses and a good magnifier, because it does help. It's important that you can see, even though you know. I know I always say you should be able to see when you're doing needle tools and things like that. But your embossing will improve if you've got a good view of what you're doing. Right. So
I remember the first time you and I got together, and I was trying to do my I was trying to do the picot cutting and I could not get my head around it. And then you and there were about 10 people watching, and I was making a right old horlicks of it. And then you, I mean, Mrs. Diplomatic, right? You said, "Can you actually see what you're doing?" I thought, well, clearly. And then you realise that actually sounded pretty hardcore. And you said, "No, you need stronger glasses." And I thought, you really are burying yourself there, Linda Williams. Can you actually see what you're doing? I thought, well, thanks, Linda. Clearly I can't.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Right, okay, let me show you that. There we are. You can see how it's coming on. Okay.
Not bad, Linda.
Not bad, yeah.
There, aren't you?
Yeah. So, okay. So,
hang up in a minute.
what I want to do now is to put some red in to my rose, just to accentuate the areas where there are fold overs, and just in the darkest bit. See where that little lip is? Just a bit of red under there. So if I turn it over, it's hardly visible, but it is there. You can see it's a little bit darker there now.
Yeah.
It's not glaringly obvious, but it's there. You can put as much.
So it's like putting a shadow in, really. If we were drawing now.
Yeah,
it's just adding a shadow, right?
Yeah, that's right. And then where those little turnovers are that you hooked around, and the center of the bud is always darker, isn't it?
Oh, look.
What'd you do?
Just a little flick underneath, as if you were doing a drop shadow.
Is it good? Yeah?
Yeah, I love it.
And under these.
And inside the rose as well, isn't it, really?
Yeah. The finishing touches again, isn't it?
Yeah. Absolutely. And if you go overcook it, you can always rub it out with the rubber, can't you?
Of course you can, yeah.
I mean, that's the thing with this part of the game. You just put too much colour down, take it out. Put too much colour down, lift it off again.
Yeah.
And that's the magic thing about the bee pencils, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And you can always go back in and put a little bit more green if you want to. Or
yeah.
Along the edge of the vein or...
Doesn't that make a difference? Look at that.
The little red.
So the middle, the absolute, like in German, like the Knospe, the really tight little, the inside. You can get that going now with the really sharp red pencil, can't you?
Yeah, definitely.
See?
Yeah.
Oh, Barbara.
Okay. Right, and I put a little bit of red on here as well. The ribbon bit that you can see that it goes around the bottom of the stems.
Yeah.
I put a little bit of red in there to bring that out a little bit. There we are. Okay, and the white pencil then. Okay, now then the white pencil. Let's have a bit of a good sheet. So we put. Let me get my. I've got another one here. I'm losing the nib of that. Look at that.
What? Oh, you like that one?
Yeah. I can just about get it into the sharpener. Right. So a little bit of white on your turnovers again, and that'll whiten them up again. Don't drag any red in though, if you can help it.
How's it going, Gracie?
I'm being very quiet.
Let's have a look from the front.
It's going all right.
You're so good at art. You've always been good at art.
It's hard when Barbara Gray's your mum, though.
Nah, come on. You want Linda Williams as your bestie?
So you can enhance your embossing with your
Come
white.
back for me a real quick moment, Linda. The red part, can you show me that again? Because I'm sure I'm not the only one.
Yeah, okay.
Where are you putting the reds?
So I'm putting the reds just a few little flicks there where the shadow would be, you know, where that turnover is, and underneath that turnover there.
Underneath, I gotcha.
There. And then in, you know, the center of the bud would always be very red, and these darker areas here. And in the corners. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and there, this is very important. This bit here, that would be very dark. Because that
The bit that's concave, you mean?
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, so use your white pencil as well to enhance your embossing. So let's put a little bit of white pencil on the tip of that one, just to whiten the tip. And I'll turn it over now for you to see. So I've put a bit of white pencil there on the tip, and you can see how that has whitened it without
yeah, look at you.
Yeah, without really giving it a good hammering with the embossing tool, because parchment is a bit tired now at this time of night, because we've given it a bit of a good going over. And you can always put a little bit on there too.
Setting us up for a fail here, isn't she?
See, it's all finishing touches, isn't it?
Yeah.
And whiten those.
I'm not happy with.
Whiten those lily of the valley as well. Nice and white.
With the white pencil.
The white pencil, yeah. If they're not white enough, if you think they're white enough, leave them alone. But you can't be embossing them anymore now, because we've given them a couple.
Oh, can't you?
Not today. If you left
I
it
see.
tomorrow morning, you could, but not today.
But the white pencil's got nothing to do with the fact that you can't do any more.
No,
today.
You can still emboss over the top of it, yeah. But if you're going to emboss it tomorrow, I'd say don't put the white pencil on. Just give it another emboss and see if you can manage without the white pencil. Yeah. It's how it looks on the front, isn't it? If you've got the desired effect on the front, it doesn't matter how you achieve that.
No, that's
really,
right.
You know, for goodness sake, you know.
Nope.
No. There we are. All coloured in. Okay. How are you doing? All right?
Brilliant. I'm loving it, Linda.
Good, good.
How's yours looking? Shall we show what we've done?
Come on, let's have a look.
Brace yourself, Grace.
Oh, I'm not ready.
Right, ready?
Yeah.
I'm not ready. I'm not completely done yet, but we're going to give it a go, aren't we, Lynn? Grace, you ready?
Sure.
Right, come on.
Notice how I'm not getting a choice.
Turn it round. Right, up.
That's brilliant. Oh, it's lovely. Well done.
Get yours in there.
Turnovers, man.
Now, go on, give us yours in there.
No, yours is better. Show yours up.
I'll give over.
Yours.
Right, that's Grace's. Look,
Oh, yeah, look at that. It's beautiful.
it's not bad, is it?
Not bad for a first
Gorgeous.
time.
Yeah, yeah,
For the
yeah.
first time.
Sweaty though.
Fantastic.
Me, not the artwork.
I've got to work on the green a bit. I haven't done the green really.
Well done.
I'm pleased with this bit.
Yeah. That's a lovely technique to emboss on the front, so isn't it? And you can see the difference,
Does
can't
that
you?
make a difference though? Look at the
Yes.
difference just by doing that on that and then putting a bit of red in that area there on the back.
Yeah. Isn't that
And
lovely?
if you squint, it looks really nice. Look.
Yeah.
Oh,
You don't have
look.
to squint for it to look
Get
like.
Grace on the team. I am on the team, Jane. Get me back on the chat system where I belong.
Cool.
There we are. Okay.
Well done.
There we are. So
Thank you,
then,
Linda.
that's it then, isn't it? All you've got to do then is layer it up. So you've got your piece of parchment on your piece of paper, your piece of rainbow paper, and then put it on your piece of card that you should have already cut out. your, is it 6x6? And then you've
Yeah.
got your piece of rainbow parchment, rainbow paper, and then onto your carte blanche.
Doesn't it
Okay.
make a difference when you put it on white as well?
Yes, doesn't it? Isn't that lovely?
Yeah,
mean,
then it comes to life, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
and I think it's quite nice to put the green on the bottom where the pink is, and the pink on the top where the green is. And I would put my brads in. I'm sure I haven't finished it yet, but I'm sure most people haven't finished it. I'd put the brads in that bit
Yeah.
and open the brads out on the back of the first square. I'd stick that
Yes.
on my tape runner, and
Yeah.
then I'd stick this on with my tape runner. There we are.
So Linda, where did you get the other bit? The bit you got your hand on, is that paper?
This one is paper.
Background.
Yeah.
That's paper in the background, so that's just for layering up. It's cheaper,
Yeah.
isn't it, to do it that
Yeah,
way?
it's on the list, and I've given the dimensions of it. Yeah,
Marvelous.
that's lovely for layering up.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a great. So it not only intensifies the color of the parchment, but it also acts as a really good layerer upper.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Excellent.
It's lovely.
That
And I
don't
mean-
half look lovely, Linda. I keep looking at yours, thinking, you know, I've done really well, and then I realise it's yours and not mine.
Yours is lovely. You've both done a great job. You
Well, it's
you
very
really
pleasing
have.
to say
I'm
so.
not. That's not bullshit. I'm not bullshitting.
Oh, it wasn't me.
And if I wanted to make it keep going, then I probably would have not done the pencil work yet, and I would have carried on just teasing out the artwork a bit more, wouldn't I?
Yeah. And I mean, we've done this in 3 hours. It's a bit quick for a card of like
Yes.
this. You know, I mean, so you've got to give yourself a bit more time, haven't you? So
No, you're absolutely no. I understand.
yeah.
I understand.
Okay.
Linda, that was fantastic. Really, really good.
Oh, good. Gin and tonic.
Thank you so much. We nailed it.
Cheers.
Well done, Linda. Congratulations.
Thank you, Linda.
Do you know the thing is, Lynn? I've watched you do that before, and it's such a difference between watching you do it and then doing it. There's a vast difference.
Huge.
You
you know,
remember if you actually do it yourself.
Oh, you really remember it. If you know, it makes such a difference if you're actually crafting along. I made one mistake, and I know the mistake, and I'll never make it again. You know, it's like, oh.
Yeah.
But if you don't try it, you'll never learn.
No.
And so that's really marvelous. Much appreciated, Linda. And I've got a couple of little things. Yeah. So again, I want, on behalf of everybody that's been doing this with us, thank you so much. You know,
that's a pleasure.
brilliant. Next Friday, I'm the driver, and you can heckle.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. It's a long time since I did any stamping.
Well, that's what we're going to do next Friday.
Yeah.
So it's flipping then, isn't it? And we're going to do. I've got a couple of little bits just to. Are you finished, Linda? Is that all you? You're done, aren't you?
Yeah.
Marvelous.
If you've been crafting along with us, don't forget to send them to me at grace@claritystamp.com, and I will put them all in a blog, and there might be prizes. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll think of something smashing. And what I wanted to do is next Friday at 7 o'clock, of course, we're using the stamps. So they're exactly the same as the as the Groovi plates, but they're the stamps. Hundreds of you have bought the stamp sets. So that's what and I made a little list of what you're going to need. And we shall type this all up and get it ready for you. But really, the you're going to need the pergoliners, the stamps, stencil card. I'll type it all up. The only stamp that's in addition, you know, these the lino cut stamps. There are 3 different background ones, and I'm just going to use one of those. I thought it'd be a really good opportunity to use these. So if you haven't got one of those, get a set of those. I've used the grungy one, the real grungy arty one of the 3. And so what I'll do is I'll get Paul to write the list out, and we'll put it on the website so that you can craft along with that. Linda, I'll send you a box of goodies with everything in it. You don't have to even give it a second thought.
Okay.
And then, yeah, don't worry about that.
I've got
and then the other thing,
I've got
the stamp.
The rose stamp, not the grungy one. I haven't got that one.
All right, we'll send you that one as well then.
Yeah.
And so the only thing I was going to, just a little bit of housekeeping now, is next Tuesday, which is the 14th of September, summer school resumes. Is that right, Linda?
It does, yeah.
Back to school.
So Linda's going to be back in the building with you, and she'll start again at 10 o'clock with Paul, lovely Paul Church, who's been helping us all evening. Thank you so much, Paul, for your support as always. Now, so summer school starts again, and what Linda and Paul's the student on this one. Which book have you been going through, Linda? Which one is it?
Book 1.
Makes sense.
That one.
Yeah.
Let's start at the very beginning. Very good.
The 5 in a circle next.
So you're doing the 5 in a circle on Tuesday?
On Tuesday, yeah.
Marvelous.
5 needle the last one that we did. So it's 5 in a circle. We're doing the needle tools as progress as they are in the book. It's easier, then people can see what comes next.
So you did sort of 4 weeks. Was it 4 weeks or 5 weeks?
I think we did 5 actually. 5, I think, yeah, because we got to the 5.
So those 5. Right, so those 5 needles that are in the books, then up to number 5, you've gone through them, and that's all been recorded, so people can go onto the Clarity Stamp YouTube channel and catch up with us as well.
Yeah,
so they haven't missed anything, have they?
Right. No.
That's marvelous. So even if you're thinking, oh, I wish I'd done that, you can still join in on. They wouldn't have missed the train if they start. If anybody starts on Tuesday. It's fine, isn't it?
Well, yeah, of course, they can go back and look. And I mean, whichever needle tool you're going to use, it's the same technique. It's just a different configuration of needles. And I will always go through and tell you how to use the needle tool that we're using. But it's the same, whichever needle tool you used, it's the same. So,
cool.
And of course, you've got Glynis as well, is doing a project every Sunday to follow on from that, using that particular needle tool, isn't she?
Yeah, so on the Clarity Matters blog. That's your blog, isn't it? claritymattersblog.com. And every Sunday during summer school, the book 1, Glynis did a project that kind of lined up with it.
Clever.
So there's something written as well if you work there that way.
Yeah.
So that starts on Tuesday again. And then on Thursday, I've got the shack with my shackers, shack, 10 o'clock. Then on Friday next week, we've got our moment of clarity at 3 o'clock, where we're going to be taking a closer look at the good folk, the little be good, do good, feel good.
The gnomes.
The little gnomes. So we'll be doing those on, maybe Paul can get us the link up for that. That'll be excellent. And then other than that, that's it then. And then on Friday night at 7 o'clock, PJs.
Yeah.
Pyjama party again.
Yeah, PJs.
Get another set. I can't wear the same set twice.
No.
I'll send you these and you send me those. See if anyone notices.
Don't do that. Don't do that, guys.
Okay, won't do that.
No, I won't do that.
Well, thank you, Grace, for joining in.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for teaching us brilliantly, Linda.
That's a pleasure.
Good teacher.
Oh,
great teacher.
Thank you to everybody who joined us. And most of all, thank you to Linda.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Love you loads.
Love you
Bye-bye
loads.
now.
Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye, dear.